got the call from Chris Nolan to do this film. I mean, you've worked with him before. Had you worked with him before?
No, never.
Right.
No.
So from your perspective, coming back in to working with him again, what was that like?
Oh, it's always a real thrill and a real privilege to work with somebody like Chris. And this was very exciting because this wasn't part of the Batman franchise. This was a completely original story, an original script, and it all came, directly from Chris's imagination. So yeah, I was thrilled and very excited.
Yeah. And what did you think when you heard about this script and this story idea? It's pretty wild.
Oh yeah, I think it was brilliant. The whole thing, to get called by Chris Nolan at all is, for me, was amazing. So I'd do anything. I'd love to work with him again. Please.
And the cast got together a lot and spoke, I believe. You sort of had discussions about your characters and things. Is that true? That sort of before you were shooting, or even during your shooting?
Yeah, I think for whoever was around and whoever was available, it was kind of essential to have a commonality about what was going on, and because it's quite complicated, the setup for the picture, and everybody needed to know exactly where they were. So yeah, we just discussed things and maybe read the scenes, and then always throughout the process of shooting it, we were chatting and discussing and working it out.
Did you ever think about, did you in your own mind start thinking about dreams and what they meant? Did you start having stranger dreams, or started trying to remember more dreams? Well, did this whole thing open that up for you?
No, not for me. I didn't want
really?
to complicate the situation at all. I just wanted to do what was, whatever it is that needed to be done to get, the result that Chris wanted.
And you, did you?
Well, I guess because I'm kind of like the mark or the target for this, the less I knew about it, the better, because I was experiencing it as it was happening to me, but it made me dwell a bit on that father-son relationship, which my character is working out and working through, and that did think about that.
Yeah, because I guess with your character, you've got a sort of you kind of not sure what's going on, so you have to kind of portray this sort of...
He hasn't a clue what's going on. Yeah.
So you sort of had to know what's going on, but had to portray that you didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
exactly.
A bit like now, really.
Kind of,
Yeah.
Like my
It's
life.
a great film for that, isn't it? Because it really reflects life. For all of us involved and those who are watching.
Yeah.
And your character, you sort of go into dreams and can even change your persona. And I mean, if you had to describe what your character does, what would you say?
Well, he was, in many ways, he's an actor, isn't he? He's a forger, but he forges using his own body and lies to people and creates, illusions of reality that aren't real, basically. Yeah, so he's an actor. So I didn't really have to know what was going on. I just turned up and I wore a fabulous pair of shoes, and that's about it, and lied.
And you looked great as Tom Berenger.
Thank you. That was me, actually.
I thought it was.
Yes, yeah. Prosthetics and everything.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
Exactly.
Hours in makeup, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
And there was a lot of location shooting in this as well. I mean, it wasn't just all kind of effects and that. Like, I mean, you were in, it was Morocco, right? The Mombasa scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Heaven. Lovely.
Yeah.
It's always lovely when you get a movie where you can go on holiday as well, and then get there and realise you're not going to have a holiday. It's like, but other people are, and that's the main thing. You're around people who are holidaying, but you are working.
Tell me a bit about some of the technical part of this. The anti-gravity stuff on those scenes were like really wild. I mean, how was that to do as actors?
Well, Joseph took the brunt of most of that, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite incredible what Joe pulls off in the film. Like, and then that's something that's never been seen before, and people find it hard to believe when you say that was all done practically, and that, and then he did everything himself.
Everything, yeah. He didn't have a stuntman, I don't think, at all, did he? That's him doing it.
Wow, I know. So you didn't have as much physical stuff to do as
No,
he really...
No, actually not, no.
You got off easy.
I did, yeah. It's a bit pipe and slippers for me. Relaxing, loafing.
Are you ready sort of for the fan base for this? I mean, I guess you've been in movies that have had like, Dark Knight and things like that have, incredible fans that come, like Comic-Con thing and that sort of generates these kind of fans. Do you think this film will do the same?
But it's brilliant that it's like an original idea and an original concept, and that I think it'll really get people talking and people arguing their interpretation against somebody else's interpretation, because it is open to so many points of view, and that's always great for film. And I think it's a sort of film that you need to like Memento was one that you need to watch again or several times to really have your clear point of view on it.
Exactly. Yeah. You feel the same?
Yes.
Quick answer.
There you go.